when I let all my power out, it takes over. So hopefully I don't have to, but I haven't used this before, and Twigsy doesn't seem like she has. So, and I don't want to end up teleporting us into Wallachia. Is that what it's called?
Wallachia, yes, and I'm back, by the way.
Balake?
No.
So apparently the internet gods kicked me off. Sorry about that.
Well, you froze, and we had like a picture of you, and then you disappeared.
I was totally like talking, and then I'm like, but Talia, you seem frozen on your screen as you're going to roll survival. And all of a sudden I looked, and I went, uh-oh, I think maybe it's me. And then all of a sudden I got the connection interruption on roll 20, and then all of a sudden I looked on Skype, and I'm like, I've been logged off.
You were frozen for a long time because that survival check was a while ago.
We were trying to move on without you. We didn't get very far.
And we realized, well, can't do anything without Jim.
I came back in time for discussion of we're going to die when we use that teleportation circle.
No, just Lex is going to kill us all.
Or you end up in the ninth circle of hell. This is okay.
No.
See, my plan is I'd rather kill us all than end up in the ninth circle. Like,
I don't know. I think I'd make a pretty good warlord's bride. I could rule hell. Guys, I could rule hell. Don't laugh at me. I could totally rule hell.
The hard part is getting there. Once you get there, the takeover is easy.
Exactly. I am Charming-esque.
You're just like, demons of hell. I brought cookies.
Well, which level?
I don't want to be the cookies.
Yeah, look at my friends. They're food.
No.
My friends. Friends are food, and then make me your queen.
I am not. Friends are not food.
Haven't
we learned that from Finding Nemo? Friends are not food.
I was
just
friends. Begging.
I'm really questioning why I'm friends with you, because you're gonna loot my body and you're gonna feed me, or feed my soul.
I promise you, she will loot your body. She looted mine.
Well, luckily I don't have anything. I give away all my
stuff. Here's the thing: if I die and you don't loot my body, I'm gonna be personally offended. I have some cool shit, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, I rolled pretty good, Jim.
You rolled pretty damn good. As you look up and you look at the night sky and you're just like, wow, this is the third time we've gone in a circle. I am taking charge. My ranger skills say the belt of Orion is this way, which means where you guys need to go is this spot. We need to go this way, and you're like pointing the way and marching out in front because you know exactly where you're heading.
Okay, then let's head that way.
I'm following her.
Well, sure. I'm a little bit nervous about having this torch if you're seeing flare-ups in the distance. So perhaps someone who has vision in the dark could lead the way, and I'll snuff this torch.
Talia, wrong person. Callista has dark vision.
Yes, I do.
Or do you just want to hold on to me while we walk through the dark? Is that what it is?
I will hold on to you. I will. Is your character very small?
Me?
Mine is, but I have my torch. I'm not. I don't.
I'm gonna fly to help.
Put your hands on the back of my shoulders, and we'll do a conga line out of the hell.
Does that mean if I want to keep my light, I have to stay behind y'all?
Yes.
You can be in whatever position you want, whether it's a good use of your line of sight light, but that's up to you.
Apparently, no one wants the light.
Where are you gonna be? Because I'm gonna try to be between Kip and you, but up in the air.
Apparently, he's playing conga with Callista. So
okay.
Oh my God, guys! Look at this. Do you see that?
you missed my freak out when it happened to my character.
No, I did. I just didn't understand your freak out. I didn't understand it until I had it attached to myself, and yeah.
So Esme is running around with the light saying, I'm lighting up the woods.
Wait, did we lose somebody in the game?
I think it kicked me out. I'm in Skype. I just Roll20 kicked me out.
Because Roll20 is
Yeah.
a butt.
Well,
So Jocelyn is how high up are you fluttering, Jocelyn?
Like 25 feet.
Okay.
Hopefully enough that can I see over the treetops?
Yeah, you can definitely look over these sickly, spindly,
Okay.
cypress-like trees, you know.
And I'm just gonna keep an eye out if I see any like movements beyond just like normal
So
environment movement.
as you happen to be keeping a lookout, you do kind of see a nearby, like hiding behind one of the trees, a little wisp of light that kind of gets your attention. We'll say totally over. Oh, I'm pointing, but nothing's shining. Over here by the tree log, you kind of see a little wisp of light.
Ooh.
Is that in the direction that we need to go?
You guys are heading this way.
But if a
Then-
light's over here, it's probably going to ambush us if we don't ambush it.
the flickering lights that Jocelyn saw, were those, did she notice a pattern or was it random?
It's just like a flicker of light, like somebody's holding their hand over a candle. And you know how you get just like that flicker as the flame gets over a hand? So it's just like a flicker. And Jocelyn looks really deeply over there because she's being super perceptive. So when you look over there, you kind of hear this faint sound. So do me a favor and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Everyone?
Ooh, all of us?
No, just Jocelyn who spotted the little flickering light as you guys are walking through the darkness.
I just click on wisdom, right?
Yep, wisdom saving throws.
Oh, I probably
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So all of a sudden, while you're looking at that light, all of a sudden you hear this whisper. And all of a sudden you kind of grow stiff. And you know, you all of a sudden just feel your heart kind of tugging you to get a little closer over there because there's something that you want to see. And you get these like warm chest feelings. Some would almost call them like yearnings, like heart yearnings.
I'm gonna say it's so pretty. Look at it.
You should read the screen. Aww.
Do I notice Jocelyn, does her behavior change? Do I notice anything odd with her movements?
Probably not
she
yet.
kind of like, you know, she just wants to, so I gotta ask Jocelyn a question.
Okay.
So, what is the normal thing you would do when you see your grandmother appear?
I'm gonna run to her and try to hug her.
Okay, so you kind of flutter over here to the tree. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
You're going the wrong way.
Yeah, I do yell out. It's so pretty. I have to touch it.
Okay, and you go running up there and you see the most solid form of your grandmother you've ever seen. Normally when she visits you, she's all corporeal and ghostly and haggly and like coughing her guts up. And this is like when you were a young girl and you saw her on a beautiful night when she had the hair flowing and you know, she was the pinnacle of the mature woman of beauty in your eyes.
And this isn't seeming weird to me.
It totally would be seeming really out of place if you'd made your saving throw.
Okay.
And she's basically giving you the come hither.
I guess I'm coming.
Child.
I'm going to drop down and I'm going to start skipping over. Because apparently I'm a child again. Or that's what I feel like. I'm back in my childhood. So I'm going to skip to her.
Okay, so what do you guys do when she lands kind of abruptly and starts skipping towards a tree?
Sure, where you headed? We'll head the other direction.
I want to run and grab her and say, "Hey, what you doing?"
I like that you're gonna grab me. You're so neato.
And like I have my light, and I can like point my light over and kind of be like, "What are you looking at?"
Okay,
Oh,
so
Lord.
are you gonna point your light or are you gonna grab her?
I have 2 arms, Jim.
Ah, yes, but using perception skill or grappling her, which one of those two are you gonna opt for?
I will grapple her.
Okay, so Esme, go ahead and give me a acrobatics or athletics check while little Esme is grabbing you, stopping you from running over to the tree log as she's waving her light, kind of like, who that? What are you doing?
Who there?
Oh,
Yeah, really hard to beat.
Esme, the little tiny halfling with her mighty 8 to athletics, is trying to stop you.
Crit fail. Crit fail. Come on, crit fail.
I'll be right back. Oh, am I rolling?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I'm trying to grapple you.
She's trying to
Sorry,
stop
sorry.
you, and you're just like, Grandmama.
My athletics is horrible. Here we go.
Oh.
Yes!
So Esme runs up and does like the most pathetic wrap around your leg ever, but it's just enough that she's able to grab a tree root at the same time she grabs your leg, and you just like immediately, your forward progress has been halted. As you know, you guys kind of notice the light that she was looking at because you follow her the path she landed, started running in a beeline, with her skip over to here. And you guys see a little hint of flickering light, like somebody's holding a candle just over the edge of this log, and you're seeing just like an occasional wisp of flame.
Can I do something, or has this kind of woken me out of my stupor?
Nope, you are totally charmed by this illusion that's wanting you to come over.
I'm gonna try to shake her off of me. Be like, not now. Get off. I gotta go. She won't be here long. I gotta go.
So, Esme, you kind of see the flickering flame. Nobody else quite notices what she's going for, but it's a good time for everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
And remember, click on your token on the map before you click for initiative. Dun 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 dun. Mortal Kombat.
You know, it'd be cool if like I can get a feat to fix my -1 initiative.
You totally can get a feat called that. There's one called Alert that gives you like a huge bonus to initiative.
Oh, I thought I was gonna have to take improved initiative. Oh wait, no, that's Pathfinder.
That's totally Pathfinder. That would have had to be planned like 5 levels in advance. What the career were you going to be? And wow, those are all a bunch.
It was like a level 2 feat, I thought.
I was joking about with Pathfinder how you gotta plot things out.
The complication of all the options.
I like Pathfinder.
So do I, and I fly by the seat of my pants. It's how I play. I will give you a great big backstory and then plan nothing past first level.
Because you might not make it. I mean.
Well, no, I'm good at making the backstory. It's the future planning part that's my issue. So.
Oh, I like fully map out my character into like the end level of all the things.
See, that's the Pathfinder mentality.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like, oh wait, am I supposed to level up? Okay, cool. What are my options? Cool, got it. I'm good. 10 minutes max.
So Twigsy, what you gonna do?
And we haven't seen this thing.
You see flickery light over here. You're not quite sure what it is. It's kind of it's almost like whatever it is kind of concealing itself behind this log.
Would that be a nature check?
No, it would just be, either a perception or get closer.
I'm gonna do perception.
Because remember, perception just means you're actively looking, as opposed to just, hey, look what I walked by. Jesus Christ.
I see y'all.
As our little forest gnome immediately just squints her eyes. And I'm like, why do we have a Jocelyn pop up on the map there?
I thought that
I have no idea.
I thought that was Twigsy's yearning.
As Twigsy immediately, being the forest gnome of a far-off magic enchanted forest, is like, I sense shenanigans. And you squint your eye, and immediately with your fine, keen gnomish eyes, especially since I don't even think it's that far from you, You realize there's something hiding behind this log, and you catch a glimpse of it. Just from your perspective, you manage to look under the log, and clearly you see this softball-sized chunk of floating light and, swamp gas maybe. And you're pretty sure you think you know what this is, but it's a magical glowing little flicker of flame. Almost like, one of the will-o-wisps. Not that I will totally say it's a will-o-wisp because you rolled a natural 20. It's totally a will-o-wisp.
I'm assuming since I'm a forest gnome, I've come across these before, right?
You've seen something similar. There's lots of different species of will-o-wisps.
Let's see.
But you clearly spot that that's what she was flying. That's what she landed and was immediately walking towards in a almost unnatural, possibly you could say charmed manner.
And would I know that?
Well, that's what you saw. That her eyes are glazed over. You've never seen her move this focused and with purpose. Usually she's flighty.
Can I magic stone her and like try to break her out of it? Just like hit her with a pebble?
You could totally hit her with a rock. I don't know if it'll fix her, but you could totally hit her with a rock.
I'm gonna hit you with a rock.
I'm gonna throw a pebble at her. See if it wakes her up.
Okay, you just gonna throw a regular rock at her?
Yeah, because the magic stones do 1d6 damage, so but plus my spell casting.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a hit dex save. That's usually the easiest way for to skip a stone.
The more his head is in view, hit it with the
rock. Where is it on the sheet?
It'll be on the top left corner, just past your characteristics. Jesus! Normally, I would say no, this does not help, but you pick up a stone and with like nimble fingers, you totally know how to pick the right stone in the swampy ground. You pick it up, catch it, and you skip that stone right ahead there, and you could tonk her in the head for a good solid 1 point of damage. But because it is a natural 20, I will let her make a wisdom save to see if that knocks her senseless. In regards to she's charmed. So Jocelyn, your gnome, you rolled a 16. So all of a sudden this stone comes whizzing from Twigsy and just thwack hits you in the back of the head, and you just kind of like grab your head and go, ow! As you look down and Esme's wrapped around your leg saying, no, don't go that way. And you just kind of like shake your head of like, what the hell are you lunatics doing? And then you look around going, wasn't I flying a minute ago?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go over there.
You fell out of the sky. You started running the wrong direction.
Oh. That's weird.
As all of a sudden this whispery sound just like echoes across the swamp here, and it almost sounds to Jocelyn like it's your grandmother's speaking pattern, but it's like hauntingly wispy.
Yeah, I think we might want to go. Like I don't. Something's not right here. Something's wrong.
You noticed? I'm gonna look up at you and be like, you noticed because I'm sitting on your foot.
You left me. I knew it.
Twigs, you got Esme wrapped around your leg. Twigsy's just shaking her head. Esme's looking up.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks.
We saved you.
I know. Thank you.
Twigsy's just like, I saved you. I used my bushcraft.
Are we ready? Is that what we're doing?
It's your spot in initiative. You've got Esme grappling you. You can try to break free of her, but you seem to not be under whatever kind of charm that you were just under is totally evaporated from your mind. You're just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I wanna I want to move backwards as far as I can.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use
you first.
So
You're
Esme,
coming with me.
are you releasing her, or is she gonna have
to? Leg?
Esme, are you letting
I'm
go,
taking
or
her
is she
with
gonna
me.
have to wrestle you?
No, I'm taking her with me.
Well, if Esme doesn't let you go, you're gonna have to try to resist her grapple.
I just assumed she had my leg and it was like little kid style, like you know how you walk.
And then they have a death grip on one of the aisle items.
Wait, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
And then they get a death grip on something and your leg, and you're just like. So Esme, are you?
So I have to let go of either her leg or the root, right?
Yeah, you can totally opt to let go of her so she can move.
Yeah,
Is she gonna
will
have
let
to?
go.
Is she gonna have to forcibly wrestle free of you,
No.
or?
If she is back to normal, I will let go, and she will not take me on a ride.
Okay.
You get an attack of opportunity.
Jocelyn, she kind of like lets go of the tree root and lets go of your leg, so you can move if you want to move.
Do I know? Would the thing get an attack of opportunity on me?
The thing over here, or the thing grabbed to your leg?
I get that.
Esme would get the attack of opportunity.
Esme would get an attack of opportunity if she's so opted
I'm
to
talking
take
about
it.
the wispy thing.
The wispy thing over here, it probably would not get an attack of opportunity if that's what you're worried about.
Okay, I'm gonna move as far as I can away from the wispy thing. So like over here, I'm gonna put Kip. I'm gonna try to get between, put Kip between it. But I'm gonna peek around Kip, and I'm gonna shoot a fire bolt at the tree. And I won't hit Esme because she's so short. It's gonna be like over her head.
You 3-point the fire bolt. Now, are you aiming for the thing or just trying to light the tree on fire?
I want to aim for the tree. Sorry, for the thing.
The thing? Okay.
Because it looks like it's in a hole in the tree, right?
Yep, it's kind of wispily floating around the back of the tree. So you do have a little bit of disadvantage because it's got cover. So go ahead and give me your shot as you're going to do your firebolt. Got to do the buddy Jesus fingers. Your totally a cleric firebolt spell.
Hold on. Firebolt. Was it awesome?
It would have been totally awesome if you wouldn't have been firing it across the darkness, past the torchlight, next to the tree, and it kind of just like biffs the tree. So does Firebolt have a chance to set things on fire?
Yes.
It's good that you said that because, your Firebolt, clearly misses whatever the flickering thing was because it's dipping up and down and you're not quite sure what you're looking at. But clearly the tree in front of it is totally susceptible to Firebolt as all of a sudden you shoot your little Firebolt and it kind of just like bip hits the tree and you see this little like glowing red embers as it's waiting to see if it'll catch on fire or not.
Don't worry, guys. I got its home. Now we just have to kill it.
Wow.
Can fire be killed with fire?
Do you know what they always say? Fight fire with fire?
I was just trying to make a friend. Why are we attacking him?
That's why you get torches out when your house is on fire.
And immediately this thing seems to be reacting to the little fire that you fired at it. And all of a sudden it starts to glow very brightly.
Does this count as a small creature?
This is a tiny creature. It's teeny tiny. It's like the size of a torch head.
So because I can talk to small creatures, can I talk to this?
That I believe is animals, and this is most definitely not an animal.
Did we just feed it? I feel like we fed it, and now it's going to be a bigger thing.
It's like calcifer.
What?
As it glows really bright in this eerie, flickery torchlight, that it's the best torch you've ever seen.
Put it in a jar.
Fireflies.
I'm gonna have my eyes like down. I'm not gonna look it in the eye. In my mind, that's what got me. So I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna kind of look anywhere but at it.
It's gonna fly over here and hovers like right above Esme for a second. It's almost like it's
Oh,
cranky
no.
with Esme for stopping its new friend to come play the huggy game.
Looks like a little UFO.
Oh, that's
Oh,
exciting,
Jesus.
guys. I'm gonna die.
Oh, no.
Don't worry. My twin
And
sister will come back.
as
It's
soon
totally
as
fine.
this little flickery flame, you see this like little lightning shoot across it, like this little static charge, and then all of a sudden it goes out and goes brat, and shoots a little spark of lightning at you, just like a little static charge. So will a 14 hit you?
Yes.
As the little bastard electrocutes you for 6 lightning damage.
Ooh.
As it just goes brat.
I have to stick my tongue out at it. It's called me a brat. What am I supposed to do?
And it's going to totally give you an attack of opportunity as it moves a little further away from you.
Ooh, okay. Attack of opportunity, eh?
If you'd like to take it, you don't have to take it.
Oh, I'm going to. I don't know that this is actually going to work, but I am going to try.
That's actually a spell, so it has to be like a basic melee attack.
Fine.
That's your silver dagger for 17. So that I like that you use the silver dagger just in case.
Yes,
so
that's why I went after
you
it.
swing your little dagger and it just floats up like an inch above your swipe, missing it just barely, almost by an inch. Some could say almost by 1 point. You like that? As it just flutters away from you, it's like an annoying little firefly. See how I get to throw a firefly reference in there for you?
I do.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Watch how I.
It's a flickering flame on the wind. Watch how it soars.
Nah, I interrupted myself. Didn't you hear? Watch how I.
So conveniently, Esme must be pissed because it is Esme's turn in initiative, and it must have pissed her off pretty good.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna. Do I have to move again to try again? Because he moved away from me?
If you want to catch up to it. I mean, you can totally stand there swinging your dagger in the air.
I mean, that seems dumb, so I'm going to get closer to it again.
Okay.
And I'm going to go swipey swipe. And maybe I will go one higher. God damn it.
As Esme looks adorable, because of course to your eyes the halfling look as human children, and she goes running after it and has this cutest, most frustrated noise as she kind of jumps and kind of knifes the air, and it just kind of like and zips just to the side as she zags, and just barely missing it.
Oh, it's a her, is it?
It's totally a her. Once upon a time in a previous life, it was a her. As it's now making this eerie sound that almost sounds like the death song of an elf.
Oh, shit.
So what's Callista doing?
Well, I have this thing called Hunter Sense that says at 3rd level you gain the ability to peer at a creature and magically discern how best to hurt it. As an action, choose a creature you can see. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage, immunities, resistance, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. And I can sense. I can use this feature a number of times to equal your wisdom modifier. You regain all extended uses of it when you finish a long rest.
It's good to be a monster hunter.
I want to be in every single fight next to you. I think we should all roll one lower than Callista the rest of the game.
She's totally the Batman that if I know it, I can kill it. So you kind of like... So is it an action to use the ability?
Yes, it is.
Okay, probably because it gives you so much information. So immediately, Callista turns. She does the rock look. as I look at the camera, and immediately the camera like snaps over to the wisp floating around, and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's a wisp of yearning, which is a tiny undead spirit, usually because of someone killed in a bad way, and you're totally like, yeah, the Church of Light caused this. And you know that for this wisp of yearning, that you know not to kill it with lightning because lightning's kind of its mojo, or poison because it's tiny undead, and you know that you don't want to try to grapple it or try to knock it prone because it doesn't trip because it has no legs. It's a little ball of fire.
Yeah.
As you know that it's hard to hurt it with acid, cold, fire, necrotic damage, thunder damage, blunt weapons, piercing weapons, or slashing weapons from a non-magical attack. So if anyone has magic, this would be the time to roast the thing with magic, but not lightning or poison magic.
Okay. Oh, so the acid it didn't include acid magic.
As it is resistant to acid.
Okay.
But necrotic.
So I say it's. So can I talk?
You can talk.
Okay, so I tell everyone it's weak to magic. Don't use acid, poison, or lightning.
Or cold.
Or cold.
And nobody in your group would have necrotic damage, of course, because you're all good guys.
I do.
Screw you, so do I.
No, yeah, I'm a mushroom person.
What the fuck did I get myself into?
Dude,
As all of a sudden you're working with a bunch of necromancers.
That's how I got that rat lady. It was with my necrotic touch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
This goes back to that earlier conversation about happy endings.
Oh God.
I'm not a hooker.
But the necrotic
Now
damage?
it's just called a really good date, Jim.
Gives a new meaning to death grip.
That's why it was a good thought.
I want to see what Kip's gonna do with this.
It's just gonna
Just
Forrest Gump run out of the forest.
I think you should pick up a stone and just throw it at it.
This place is haunted.
No, use your smolder. Use your smolder.
Just throw your torch at it.
Didn't we give it fire and it got bigger?
Yeah.
No. You gave
already.
it fire by missing it by rolling a 9.
And it got bigger.
It did.
I think because it got mad.
And now it's flickering with its angriness. A flicker.
But I have shared my information with you. I can't do anything else because that was my action.
But that was useful.
That was very useful.
All of the damage I do is piercing. All of it.
What
You
about
don't have a shillelagh or anything?
It's all piercing.
burn, baby, burn?
You could just cheer us on for moral support.
Use bardic inspiration, Rogue.
I will totally dance over here and do katas with my knife to distract it.
I had a rogue that had Grig Jig and I could dance off somebody to death. It was amazing.
And remember, she just said it's resistant to non-magical weapons. You could totally throw a dagger at it and see what happens.
Don't you have a silver dagger?
Yeah, you should have, but silver isn't the same as magic.
Oh, you don't have a +1.
Well, no, because silver is different than magic, though. It's like
right, but a +1 is considered a magical weapon.
Right.
Nope, I have nothing. Is it my turn then?
Yeah, that's what we're waiting on.
Just light another torch.
We're totally waiting to see what Kip would like to do while holding his torch and realizing he has torch envy because this thing shines a lot brighter.
Just light another torch.
You said so it's resistant to lightning, acid. Is it resistant to fire too?
Nope, nobody said anything. Yes. Sorry, yes. It's. She said that it was resistant to acid, cold, fire, necrotic, thunder, blunt, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
It's resistant to everything. Thank you.
Pretty much.
I have acid. That might be our saving thing.
It's resistant to acid.
You go up to it and say, "Dude, I want to drop some acid." And it's like, "No way, man! I saw the after-school special. No, I don't do drugs."
Not
Come
gonna
on,
show you
man.
the X's
Don't
on
be
it,
a
man.
square.
Those
No, it
programs
has
promised
X's
us
on it
free
here.
drugs all.
Those programs promised us that we'd be offered free drugs all the time.
That was a lie.
Drugs are expensive.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna turn to Jocelyn, who just went through all this trauma. Yeah. You okay, Shaw?
I think so.
He sounds
I
kind of
don't.
sad.
You okay, Shaw?
I
Yeah?
think so. I think so. I don't.
So she's okay. I'm gonna turn and charge this thing, I guess.
You're gonna
Oh,
charge
God.
this
You're
thing.
gonna
I like this
charge the
big damn
fire?
hero moment here. Whoa!
I'm going to. Can I attempt to club it with the torch?
You can try. I mean, torch does 1d6. I mean,
That's
it's way cool to swing a torch. I mean, so go ahead and swing a club.
Is
I'm
it
just-
technically considered within melee of an ally?
Technically, it is rogue. I mean, Esme can't stab it for her life, but yes, it is adjacent to her.
All right. So I don't have a torch in my weapon inventory. So what would you like me to roll for this improvised weapon?
Do you have a club?
I do not.
Okay,
have a
so go
club.
ahead and roll strength plus proficiency on a d20.
I'm just proud of you for running towards the problem, not away from the problem. I believe in you. Ish.
Aw, she's trying to give you bardic inspiration without the levels of bard.
Okay.
He's a bard.
So the
Yeah,
rogue
yeah.
should like kill it with fire. Like most normal folks would do. You see the supernatural. Wave a torch in its face.
Ooh, does anyone have salt?
All right. So you said strength plus
proficiency. Yep. I like how he's taking this dramatic moment. As you like shove the torch in its face. Now go ahead and roll me a 1d6.
Oh, Jesus. I feel this is gonna.
Do I add anything to it, or is it just the d6?
You can add your strength modifier to it.
Don't tell me that. Because that'd be -1.
Beware my girly arms. Okay, so what should have been 3 points of damage?
Plus my sneak.
Holy shit, as all of a sudden your sneak attack comes out really loud and proud. Nice. So should be 14 points of damage. Notice I say the should. Should be a hell of a good attack with your torch. You could have like taken somebody's eyes out with that sneak attack to the torch. It does seem to like take some damage, it looks like, but it's not like an impressive amount of its body has disappeared.
Okay, and then what I gotta. Can I disengage?
You can totally disengage as a bonus action. You're just like whoop.
Yeah. How? So I was here. How far did I move? How much further can I move?
Well, you were here, so you moved 10 feet. So
So I can
basically,
still
you should have
move a good
20
distance.
feet after you disengage. So bit back 1 square.
I'm
Which
gonna jump back
direction?
to here.
Okay, so you disengage to let's say this square, and then bit back from over there.
Yeah.
You're like, excuse me, Twigsy, I'm leaving you in danger. Big
Okay,
damn
okay,
hero.
okay.
What was
okay,
its
I got a
DR?
plan.
Did we miss that?
What's that?
What was the DR on the attack?
We were not sure. It did damage, but didn't feel like it did as much as it should have.
As a meta player, you know that a 17 will miss, but a 19 will hit.
Yes, I was 1 away for each of my turns, he said.
Missed it by 1
But
inch.
with my nat 20, what DR does it have? Because if it has a 4, I might not do what I want to do.
Oh, what are you looking to do?
A halo of spores.
Halo of Spores. You are surrounded
'Cause
by
it's
invisible necrotic spores that are harmless until you unleash them on a nearby creature. When a creature you can see moves into a space within 10 feet of you or starts its turn there, you can use your reaction to deal 1d4 necrotic damage. Unless it
Which, if
succeeds.
that's a reaction, I still get an attack, right?
Yep.
Well, but didn't it say that it doesn't respond to necrotic damage?
It's resistant to necrotic damage.
So it will do damage, it just won't do as much, right?
Yep. It'll take less damage than it should. But it will take damage. As all of a sudden, this is the first time you've seen Twigsy kind of shake her hair, and this little spore, like, you know, when you walk through a mushroom field, the little dust spores come fluttering off her hair. She's got spores.
I hope it's not contagious.
Why does it say silver dagger?
That's so weird.
What do I do?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, that's in the description.
I'm like, let's peek into your character since this is the first time Twigsy has used this. Don't mind me, I'm going to shrink a bunch of your attacks because you have them all opened up and you only need the name.
Go for it. I was trying to add my
with
quarters.
Your Halo of Spores, so that's not an actual attack. Let's see. When a creature you can see moves into a space within 10 feet of you or starts its turn, which it'll start its turn there, you can use your reaction. So basically wait till it starts its turn, and then as a reaction, you can totally do that. But you can still take an actual action if you want to do an actual thingy.
I want to cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Okay, and what does that do?
It makes it magical and moves it up a dice.
Okay, so is it done as part of an attack, or does it take all? It's a bonus action. So as your bonus action, you cast Shillelagh, you rub your Shillelagh and make your clubs, you know, stronger. So that means you can totally still attack with it.
So I can still move and attack, right?
Yeah, you can still move and attack. And then on the start of its turn, as your reaction, you can choose to have your spores start attacking it.
Okay. And then I don't have my Shillelagh quarterstaff in there yet.
Oh, let me pull it up there for you. I'm going to pop into your character sheet real quick.
Go for it. I rolled another 20.
Why does D20 love you so much?
We need a good rolling night.
It's because I'm drinking tonight.
Amen to that, sister friend.
That makes everything better.
That's the magic. So that's going to be my...
Okay, so you're using your quarterstaff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when it's Shillelagh, it's a D8.
Yep, so it's Shillelagh for a D8. What is it normally, a D6? Oh, ignore me. Because I don't see it in your character sheet, so let's fix that.
No, I just have quarterstaff. But I need a Shillelagh quarterstaff too. I love the components are shamrocks and other good luck stuff.
Oh, look at her. She's got a Shillelagh.
And it's a cantrip.
Hey, it's one of the best cantrips for druids. Ooh, look at her with her magic Shillelagh that does a 1d8.
Ooh. Is it double because it's a crit?
It is doubled. So there's going to be a 2d8 roll involved. Oh,
wait. That's not the attack roll?
So go ahead and roll me 2d8 plus 0 for your strength modifier. We'll just have you roll 2d8 because it won't do the the crit for you right now at this point. But you see that I made you a quarterstaff Shillelagh.
I do, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so you whomp it for 6 points with your magical attack, because that's the big thing with Shillelagh, is it is magical.
Well,
So
the quarterstaffs are finesse, though, so I should get dex moderate.
quarterstaff is finesse?
I thought it said it was.
Let me double check. I don't think it is.
No, it's a versatile.
Yeah, because you can wield it one-handed or two-handed.
Cool.
Quarterstaff is just versatile, yeah.
Okay. I did 6.
Okay, so 6 points of damage, and all 6 points translate to the attack.
Yeah, because it's magic or because it's bludgeon?
Because it's magic.
Ha.
Because your quarterstaff is kind of glowing. I mean, granted, it was only a one-shot. Oh no, it's duration 1 minute. So for a minute, you have a magical quarterstaff.
Aha.
So what does your quarterstaff look like when it's all magicked up?
It's just I like just glows, like vibrates.
It vibrates.
Does it look like a
It
lightsaber?
vibrates and glows.
It could totally look like a nature
Is
lightsaber.
it rechargeable?
Does it have
It's
like
a-
glowing vines?
Someone's calling.
It's a free cantrip, so I can just do it however much I want.
Yep. And it's a bonus
Until I
action, which is
die.
nice.
It's not all like gnarled rosewood. Big knots on it.
It's just like some stick I picked up.
All of a
like I
sudden, the
like
stick
that
starts
stick.
blossoming. Okay, so Twigsy brought the badassery with her first attack, showing Esme how to do it. Shorties for the
Oh.
win.
For the Titans.
So Jocelyn, yeah, you're hiding behind Kip. I mean, you've retreated from the magical thing that you now know charmed you magically.
Yes. I want to use Tasha's mind whip on it.
Ooh, it messed with your mind. Now you're gonna mess with its mind.
Yep. Hopefully it'll be good.
Okay. You psychically lash out to one creature you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed saving throw, that sucks. Okay.
And if it hits the next person, it can't. It can only move, act, or do a bonus thing on its next round.
Okay, let's see what that saving throw looks like. Damn you, Mind Witch. What is your spell DC?
12. It's in the
12.
description there.
I know, but it's more fun if I post the 16 and make her say it. I'm a jerk. That look was priceless.
Does a 25 hit your AC?
Maybe not.
Not my bard.
Hey, when you're a GM, you enjoy that because the person probably has an AC of 19 and you miss them all the time. You savor that one shot that hits. So it kind of shakes off your attack. So does your attack do anything if they make their save? It doesn't look like it.
No.
Is your witch magic has no effect on it. Mainly because this was the smartest person in life before they died. Or
it still takes half the damage. It just doesn't take the effects afterward.
What?
Didn't they die in the forest, though? They might not have been too
On
bright.
a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and suffers none of the spell's other effects.
Oh, so it takes half damage.
So you still get to do damage. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your 3d6.
Right. That's right. Try to wow, I can't even talk.
Word.
Shrug off my spell. Wow.
You're busy casting your mind whip. It's got you preoccupied.
What kind of damage is this, though?
It's psychic damage.
Psychic?
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't like fire, so I'm kind of...
Wow.
So
it takes half damage, and since, you know...
Wait a minute. I want to spend a sorcery point, and I'm going to re-roll my 1.
Okay, go ahead and roll a 1d6. She's using her meta magic there.
Holy
wow. 3 6s. Okay, this would have been amazing if it had failed its save. It's still amazing because it's a big chunk of damage. What does it look like when you cast the Tasha's Mind Whip?
I want to go like stick my hand out and go pain, like Jade from Twilight, and just like be like pain.
Pain. You guys are totally starting to question her cleric abilities.
Says the girl with the necrotic damage.
says the halfling.
Jim, thank you very much. Jim
says the one that
that
looks like a child handing out necrotic hand jobs.
I didn't say anything. That was Jim.
That was me. As this thing
questioning
kind of
shit.
shrinks in size, obviously your spell did some damage because it kind of shrinks. It's turning into a tiny Digimon.
De-evolve.
And are you good with where you're standing?
I'm gonna yell at it, stay out of my head. And
bitch. You forgot the bitch.
Stay out of my head, bitch.
Yeah, I'm okay where I'm at right now.
Okay. As there's some weird noise in the swamp, it sounds like some creature crawling over the ground, a chewing sound almost. Yes, Talia, we're looking at you.
It's all that sparking swamp gas.
My chips.
As you know, Kip, it's gonna totally fixate on you for a second because you're holding the light, and
fuck off.
I mean, she is hiding over your shoulder. Is
it the light's turn?
It is, and it's shrinking.
Necrotic damage.
It's shrinking its shape, and all of a sudden, those little spores start poking at it. And how much damage is your spores going to do to it? As Esme's like, what are these floating things, and why does my nose itching? I'm having a histamine
I don't
reaction.
know. I can't click on the right button. What is it?
Scroll up to when you click the attack of Halo of Spores. Just click the word Halo of Spores.
Does it show you that I clicked it and it gave me a bunch of error messages?
No, it doesn't show us that.
So if you... Oh, I see yours, AJ.
Yeah,
I can see
no
yours.
ability found.
It's probably because you guys can't click her stuff.
It's only rolling a 1d20.
It made it clickable.
It worked for me.
Yeah.
So see where it says, look on the chat window where you see that you rolled a natural 20 on the last one.
Oh, in the chat window?
Yeah, in the chat window. You want to click the word Halo of Spores.
Gotcha. Okay, I was clicking on the character sheet.
You did do better. It's probably because I only rolled a bad number and you rolled a really high number. So it takes 6 more points of damage as your little spores kind of like burn off against it, like little moths to the flame. As you can see clearly, little bits of its little electrical fieriness are getting burned off as your spores are like just clouding around it. It looks super creepy, by the way. I don't think anybody wants to touch it. And it decides to totally change its mind from dealing with Kip.
It just smells like popcorn.
As Twigsy, it looks in your general direction. If you could say a ball of fire can look, it is distinctly looking down upon you.
Is it cursing my bacon?
And as it looks down you, it kind of like you feel it kind of tug at your mind. Maybe this is what happened with poor Jocelyn. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That's what I'm good at. Not today.
And as you stare up into the flame, all of a sudden you start feeling this ping in your heart. So, do you have a lost loved one or the subject of unrequited romantic feelings?
I don't know. What are gnomes into?
I mean, this is why I'm asking you.
It's just be like a weird pile of items, I imagine.
Well, this would be a person, because basically this could be someone that you really love or attracted to or sexually desire. I mean, there could be that one gnome that had that whole mushroom colony on his back that you thought was the sexiest thing ever.
Oh, like that little tinker gnome.
So who is it that you physically desire, Twigsy?
Please do the tinker, because that sounds so dirty.
Like a little tinker gnome.
Yes.
A little tinker gnome from back home
Got
that
those
you're just
cute
like,
Good with his hands,
I love
man.
to look at his face.
he'd have his sleeves rolled up and just the right grease smears around his face that he just made your little heart go pitter patter and your little spores go. As we have strip club music going.
No, I'm getting a phone call. Give me one
Okay.
second.
Here, I thought somebody was bringing some motive music out there to
that
set
was
the
you
stage.
doing that to theme it up.
Me too.
That's what she was hearing when she was looking at him, like, bow,
And all of a sudden,
little
to Twigsy, the image of the fire kind of superimposes with that gnome, and it kind of like comes down closer to you, almost like the gnome's there, and his shirt's got the just sexy enough number of buttons undone, just sexy dirt, as they say in The Walking Dead, on the face of grease.
Okay,
And
sorry about that.
And he looks at you with the most beautiful look, and he just like, ooh, Vasile, waves his hair that just fleckles in the darkness just right. As, yes, for the record, you are clearly charmed, by the way. So basically, on a
So am
failure,
I.
the creature is charmed by the wisp for as long as it maintains the illusion. While charmed, the creature must obey the wisp's request, provided these requests don't put the creature in obvious danger, or request it to harm its allies.
What does a sexy gnome look like, though? I mean, they're like 3 feet tall.
Well, when their nose is bulging just big enough to be,
I was thinking like Kevin Hart, but I think he's technically a human size, not a gnome size.
I
You know what
think
they
he's
say about gnomes with
dwarf-sized.
big noses, don't you?
They have have a lot of
Bitches.
boogers they have to blow out when they have a stuffy nose.
Deviated septums. That's what they got.
My cancer. Go get that checked.
and he just has you mesmerized.
Oh, I'm useless, guys. Good luck.
And all of a
Beautiful.
sudden,
He's so
as you're
beautiful.
charmed by this thing, and you guys notice she's totally acting like Jocelyn was, except she's got this derpy look on her face because the light is just reflecting off it as it kind of forms this illusion that you can't quite see what it is, but it's got some glowy aura around it, and she's just like, beautiful. A little bit of lady drool coming out.
That's one of my good saves too.
Lady
Obviously,
drool. How is that different than like guy drool? Is it classier if we drool over the opposite sex or something? Because I'm pretty sure women say much more horrible things.
Like, also, can you tell the gender of a gnome?
You can totally tell the gender of the gnome.
Ginger.
Ginger gnome, like chest bear and everything.
They just look like children, how they all look the same, just like different colored hair.
He just gives you that wink, and as he does, in your illusion, you see him coming to give you like the gnome kiss.
There you go.
It's a special, hidden, desire-y kiss of the gnome people. As
there you go, sexy gnome.
Wait, Twigsy, do you
everyone
have a beard?
Google. Everyone jump into Facebook to see the sexy gnome.
You're okay.
Woo!
Let's see. Let's
according
see
to Google.
Everyone take a sidebar to see this. Oh, look at that! He's got smolder.
It's the eye. Oh, he's got the what is the
eyebrow? He has that eyebrow quirk.
From
such a giant
it's like Cold Steel or whatever.
Cold Steel.
Blue Steel.
Yeah.
Why'd they give him such a big bulge?
That's right.
It's a cod piece of advantage. It helps with charisma rolls.
But he can only turn right.
And sadly, of course, you guys see Twigsy kind of like lean up to kiss it, and she's doing this weird pantomime of like hot, steamy hug as it kind of embraces her. As she kind of.
When you kiss fire, does it burn you?
When you kiss fire and electricity, it does kind of burn you, but this is actually its little consume desire attack. So Twigsy gets hit for 14 psychic damage.
I'm still standing.
And as you know, you see her just like her ears bleed, it's psychic damage. You see like her veins bulging in her head, and as she loses those 15 points of damage, and you see her kind of like, obviously she's like having a mini seizure kind of thing as her eyes are fluttering and a little drop of blood coming down her ear. You see the little creature kind of heals up some.
Oh, that.
See my hit points drop by 2/3.
Yeah, as our poor Twigsy took a lot of damage. She's having mini seizure, and it kind of like bolstered it. It like, sucked out her psychic power and kind of like got all the edges of this wisp's flames are super crisp and strong right now, and it's liking what it got. It got some good stuff. Jocelyn would have
Wait,
tasted
does it
good.
get all that HP?
Yeah.
Good luck,
Dang
guys.
it.
And Twigsy has no idea she was just psychically assaulted. It's the worst part ever.
She's still looking all dreamy eyes.
She's
I
like,
just got ghost raped, guys.
wow. It's not wrong, but wow. So Esme,
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
you just saw this wisp just kind of like put the mojo on her, and it just, it sucked part of her soul out.
Okay.
A big
What a
chunk
good
of her
kiss will
soul. She's
do.
tiny.
Yeah, right? Fuck. All right.
And
well,
she
I'm
totally
going
puts
to
one
cast
leg
a
back.
spell.
Got the Kesha.
And I know a 22 hits the stupid thing.
A 22 with guiding bolt is you're just like, call me a guiding bolt from Freya.
Yes.
Kind of looks like a streaking silver cat in the air.
Yes. And it looks like it's lightning, but it's actually radiant damage.
It is radiant damage.
It looks like lightning, but it is not.
Yes.
Let me.
And remember when we had that discussion that radiant damage should do, everyone should be vulnerable if you're undead to radiant damage?
That's cool.
Wow. That is one hell of a spell I love.
Uh-huh.
So what else does Guiding Bolt do besides a lot of damage, by the way?
Goes up the butt.
Didn't it give somebody bonus or something? I don't know. This isn't my spell. Just kidding.
Guiding bolt up the butt.
Advantage, yes. Look at me paying attention to Jester.
Your next. Oh, yeah. So I had advantage next turn. And because. I did use. No, I used this as a first level spell. Never mind. But it's a creature within my choice. So boom, de boom, de boom.
This
and
is
I have
basically
advantage
your
on nothing.
boom gun spell. So as you fire your spell, it hits this thing, and because, yes, I think all undead should be vulnerable to radiant, because that just makes sense. It's stupid that they aren't in 5th. That your bolt hits it and just explodes the fire and electricity inside it, and it just vaporizes into itty little bitty bits that flutter down to the ground.
Can I ask, is there anything else in my range that I accidentally hit?
Unfortunately, no. Basically, the spell basically murdered this thing. But
okay, but maybe I was going to alert us to other damage. It was worth a question.
Nope. It doesn't seem to be anything else that you can see except for the small kindling fire over here.
Okay.
But the important thing is Twigsy immediately is snapped out of whatever spell she was under and realizes that she is hurt bad.
I'm just going to Peter Parker and say I don't feel good and lay down.
No. I'm going to go over. I'm picking her up. We are not hanging out here. I'm going to carry her.
I have some. Well, we also have. I'm going to save my spell slots, but we have some. I think we have.
I'm gonna throw her on my back, piggy piggyback style, and let's keep trucking. I can't speak words, okay?
Bad image of just this monstrous pig-headed creature coming out.
I am legit the only one that can heal, right?
What's that?
I'm the only one that can heal, right? Sorry, Brittany.
What? I can heal.
Anyone else? You can heal too?
Mm-hmm.
That's a sore subject with me, okay?
Okay, but you're pretending it's okay. The things you can't do, you just pretend that you do.
Can you not actually? Are you a fake cleric?
I think our druid just stumbled upon the truth.
Thanks, Megan. Thanks.
Is
You're
that
welcome.
what clerics can do where you come from?
I had this whole thing planned where, like, I got in trouble because I was healing somebody and then tortured him, then healing him. But Megan's like, oh, she's a fake. Don't worry about it.
And
How
you
do
know,
that, for all you know, that was out of character.
and as you guys are picking Twigsy up to not slow the group down, you guys kind of hear this sighing whisper sound, and you start to see a couple blue ghost-like flames kind of pop up, sort of like what Jocelyn was describing earlier. And you just hear this sad sound of these.
Finger over ears.
Run.
Is
run,
anyone gonna try
run.
to listen?
No, run.
No.
Shoving things in my ears and running.
Okay, so
Wait,
you
aren't we on
guys,
horseback?
you are on horseback.
Yes.
Fancy.
So shoving things in my ears and galloping away.
Okay, so do me a favor. See, if you were on foot, it would be athletics, but since you're on horseback, everybody who's riding a horse, give me your animal handling. As you're just like, let's go, horse. Let's get the fuck out of this place. You know, the horse.
I'm flying with. I'm gonna fly with Twigsy.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're
okay.
picking Twigsy up because you're just like.
We all had horses, right?
Yeah, we all had horses.
I might just tied to the mule or the mule horse.
It is
whatever.
not tied to my donkey. I can barely manage my donkey on its own without me.
A mule horse is 2/3 horse instead of just half.
Okay, so Esme thankfully is not doing well with her animal handling because she's about to pass out
No.
basically.
She's
But
got advantage though from her guiding bolt, doesn't she?
that only gives you advantage for your next attack against the creature you hit. She did blow it to smithereens. She rolled too well.
Yeah, no advantage for me, but I ended the fight, so I think it's a fair trade.
Okay, so everybody's getting on their horses and they're galloping fast to get out of the scary woods before anything happens.
Yes.
Mhm.
Also, things in my ears.
Okay, so
down the Old Town Road.
unfortunately, our ranger who's in the lead takes off and shoves some random things in her ears. You know, it's almost like modern military.
I mean, I'm not going to be like completely leaving them behind, but I also don't want to hear things.
Did you read the warning labels on that stuff before you put it in
me,
your ears?
right?
What?
Talia, you have me, right?
Yes.
No, I have you. I have you.
So
we're in the air, and I've got like prestidigitation making noises, like music sounds, so we don't hear any of that mess, and we're booking it after her.
Okay. So what is Kip doing?
I'm
hopefully keeping up.
Give me your animal handling for
You
your
rolled
horsey
well,
type.
though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he got a 20.
Oh, never mind. I just saw
He just
McPhail there.
doesn't
So
have a
everyone
character name.
is running off with their horses as, you know, everyone kind of like looks back at poor Esme who just fell off her horse. She didn't hurt herself, but her donkey is standing next to her like, I'm scared and my flight or fight is stand still. As she's just like, go donkey, go, bad donkey.
It's okay, guys. I'll catch up. Don't worry. We got this. We got this, guys.
Okay,
You
so
didn't want me to hang around. You didn't want me to hover.
It's probably because Esme's guiding bolt was so badass, the donkey's just like paralyzed with the whole, you got this, Esme. So what are you going to do, Esme, as they're all running off without you?
I am going to readjust myself, reset, and try again.
Okay, as the donkey's...
Pet my donkey. Yeah, pet my donkey. Give it some of my, like, give it an apple and be like, it's okay, girl. We got this. You and I, we got this. I give it a little pep talk.
Okay. So the important thing is, so you said you were going to give it food. Oh my God.
You have a double crit fail.
I was actually going to just say you were giving it food, so I'd give you advantage, but when you roll 2 1s. Now, this is where I take a moment because, you know, new character. Does Halfling have any ability that can help you here?
Oh yeah, you got like luck or something because Sam never uses it.
I'm just gonna ask before I make my call here if we're gonna fall off your horse and take damage. As your donkey says
am
no.
100% using my tiny luck.
So what does lucky do for a halfling?
When I roll one on an attack roll ability or saving throw, I can re-roll and I have to use it no matter what. Which good odds.
Okay.
Fair odds.
Fair odds that 3 d20s will not give you ones. I'm trying to jinx
you. I give you imaginary guidance.
And you did say you were feeding it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will give you advantage on that roll. So that's a 12 as you just like shove food in its mouth and it just kind of looks at you and you totally hear the Two Mules for Sisters, Sarah, Western spaghetti song. Do do do. As all of a sudden it starts trotting and then starts catching up with the group as you're totally following just behind. But thankfully you have a torch so the group can totally see that you were lagging behind. And you guys are rushing out of the swamp. Thankfully everybody was high enough that your ponies and donkeys can outrace the will-o-wisps that still want to suck the souls out of the rest of you. Because Twigsy tastes so delicious.
Oh god.
Those are a gross fight.
As you guys kind of brush into where the swamp turns back into forest, where all of a sudden the ponies are happy because the soil is not squishy, because squishy soil's nasty. And of course you lose that brackish smell from the stagnant little pools of water. And as you guys are coming out to where the forest it breaks up where it's kind of like forest meadow. And you guys know for a fact, thanks to your ranger's keen survival skills, that you're heading in the right direction. It's the important thing that the ranger's like, you did good, Gnome, but let me lead. As you guys come to the forest, you see a little campfire up ahead. Obviously, it looks like some small camp, like maybe 3-4 people tops. There's a series of campfires. They basically did the trifecta of campfires where you put 3 campfires in a triangle and you sleep in the middle as opposed to sleeping outside the fire. That way you've got a little protection from the animals and stuff. Obviously, as our ranger is the first one there, she kind of gets the sense that whoever these people are, their camp is sensibly set up for defense, and it's a few people there. Do you guys like bypass it without even getting close? I mean, you can't miss this thing. It's 3 nice sized bonfires surrounding, 3 or 4 bedrolls. You can't quite make it out until you get closer.
But we have to get to the gate tonight, right?
Yeah, Calista, how far do you think we are?
How far are we, Jim?
You have to get
that roll
to
I
the
made
gate
earlier.
by at least noon, so you can do the portal. So you don't have to like power through. You can totally power through to get just in case. But you guys could probably catch at least a short rest before dawn.
Every encounter we've had so far has been bad.
Is any of them tall barbarian-like?
You're not close enough to see. Basically, you guys are seeing them with enough advantage that you can bypass them safely without getting closer. If you want to know more, you have to get closer.
What if there's someone strong that can help us with the circle? What if they're also going to the circle?
What if they could heal us?
And save our spell slots. I like the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
They found that Groupon and they're at the circle jerk.
Wow. So you guys gonna creep up closer,
are we gonna go
boldly walk up closer, or are you just gonna say, screw that shit, we've had nothing but bad luck, we are bypassing this place and continuing on through the night?
I'm curious on them.
Kip, what do you fight with? Do you fight with strength?
With his mind.
With his eyebrows.
Kyle.
I've never been known to be particularly strong. I'm nimble and quick.
You're just a tall gnome.
He uses technique and agility, not raw, brutish strength.
Using my strength modifier with the club, with proficiency, I was still only at a +1. Just so that's out there.
Remember when I said girly arms?
Okay, let's do we want to surprise them? I could fly and land right in the middle.
In the middle of a sleeping camp, have a demon land in the middle of your camp. This is totally going to go well.
Okay.
Are we having this conversation at full speed on horseback, or did we slow down and stop and get off and we're talking?
I think we once we get out of the scary swamp, I think slowing down is a thing.
Okay. Once the little ghost lights, as will-o-wisps are sometimes called, are in your rear view mirror and you no longer see them, you're like, we can ride reasonable instead of dangerous.
Yeah.
We don't want Esme rolling another one and hitting a tree.
I mean, if need be, I still have both wild shapes.
As our druid's like, I'll turn into a bear and eat them.
I get hit points if I eat them.
No, but you do get a full belly.
Megan, did your headset die? What's going on?
No, my computer battery is dying.
Hey, she's walking around. We can see her pants.
Yeah. Charger.
So, what do we want to do? Do we want to do this?
I told you it's technically wearing pants.
I could attempt to sneak in a bit and maybe do a little
it is very
espionage.
Dark and stuff, so there is advantage to sneaking.
I could make a really loud noise on one side with prestidigitation and maybe cause them to look one way if that would help you.
Caw.
Isn't he a rogue? Isn't his jam to be sneaky without distractions?
Yeah, but that'd give him advantage, right?
Would it?
Well, he would already have advantage, by the way, because it is nice and dark and lots of shadows to hide in.
Well, Sugar, go show us what you can do.
Just don't roll like Esme.
Yeah, don't roll like me.
I'll go ahead and try to sneak up on them, see if I can discern if they'll.
Okay, so about how far away are you guys, circling your horses and waiting for him to go recon? I mean, you can see their camp from a good 2 miles away. I mean, they have 3 nice-sized fires keeping danger at bay.
I said we stop about 100 or so feet away from the camp so they can't see us.
Let's do 120 feet. Oh, 65? Okay.
For reasons.
And Kip, in case something goes wrong, we need a word that you can say, and I'll start laying down fire cover.
Fire.
If I run into any honeysuckles, there might be some issues.
Okay.
Honeysuckle.
That's your safe word, honeysuckle?
Sorry, I thought you were asking your honey to do something else. Never mind.
You're going to be sneaky. I'm going to lay down fire damage while you're sneaky.
No, if something goes wrong, if he gets caught, if something happens and we don't notice it, he'll holler that out and then we'll know.
It's his covert word for the jig is up.
Honeysuckle.
Okay. So you guys.
I'd like to hear you fit it into a sentence when this fails, AJ.
Okay, so about a good 120 feet away, you guys are all huddled around, keeping the horses calm and quiet so he can sneak in there.
But didn't somebody say they wanted to be 65 feet?
That's not very far away.
Yeah, I wanted to
Vision 60.
Yeah, dark vision 60, which is why I was saying closer to 100 so we could be outside of any visual range.
65 is outside of 60.
And you guys can clearly see their encampment. So when he goes doing his thing, as long as you can perceive his stealth roll, you can see him.
So before
because at 65 feet, I'm going to require someone to give me an animal handling to keep the horses quiet.
Not it.
Because that's pretty close to their camp, and I could totally hear a horse making noise.
I mean, I can try. I have 4 for animal handling.
Or you guys can get a little further away.
I will stay back with the horses at 110 feet. I can still hear honeysuckle, and I have the horses because they love me. And I have firebolt ready just in case.
It's that slight whiff of brimstone. They love it for some reason.
I'll stand back and be the mom that holds all the bags while y'all go have fun.
We call our person's mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I leave Jocelyn, I'm just tell her, sure, you should never be afraid to use your powers. Don't ever hold back.
So,
Okay.
So Kip is going to go ahead and, start sneaking up. So go ahead and give me your first of 3 stealth rolls.
Did you say I have advantage because of the dark?
You do have advantage for the dark.
Okay.
And let me drag you guys over to where I'm at in the map so you can see what I'm doodling real quick.
Doodles.
With your nice, impressive 17, you think that, I'm like, why is your stealth roll gray? That's weird.
Because that's the lower number.
Okay, so you're creeping through the woods, you're hearing, one person snoring really loudly. And you're creeping a little bit closer. Go ahead and give me another stealth roll there. As you roll a natural 20, you are the knight. The group has totally lost track of you going in the woods. As you totally won't need to do that third one because you had natural 20, because, damn it, I respect the 20. As you creep really close. Now, the red circles that are very similar to the brown boxes. The red circles, by the way, are the 3 fires. That if you were to try to walk between these fires, you could clearly be seen, by the way. They do a great job of lighting up this camp. So great, in fact, that from your little vantage point that you're crouching, the green line is the tree line. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage. As you're kind of peering into this camp to see what you can see. As you have a good solid 8, the problem is your human eyes. You've been out there in the dark, so long that this light just kind of blows your night vision out, and you're just like, why is it so bright? You know when you're looking over a campfire and you just have to like put your hand up to block the campfire's light because it's just so overwhelmingly oppressive. It looks like there's 3 people sleeping. Like you can clearly see this bag here, the snore that you're hearing is from the person in this bag. And they're kind of like really obviously sleeping like a freaking king in his castle. He feels so safe and secure. You kind of see a little, let me switch colors here. There's a little cooking stove right here that they set up, a little tripod dealio. With a couple of the coals pulled over to the side. There's no food in it currently, but they must have cooked something really good because there's a slight whiff of some food in the air, but you can't quite make out what it was. And then you see there's like a dirt mound off to the side that your ranger friend would probably tell you that the folks cooked some food and then they kind of buried it right here so it'd stay warm all through the night and hopefully not attract a bear. As your bad perception roll is the bear sneaking up behind you.
Me.
No, our rogue. Kip's not the only one stalking me.
No, but Twiggy is the bear.
So what do you want to do as you're peeking at this camp? You obviously see that they've got, you see some kind of weapons over here in the middle of their camp. It's almost like they all put their nice weapons here that they're not sleeping with. They're totally probably sleeping with some weapons, but like there's a couple crossbows kind of like leaned up against each other so they don't get damp. Nobody wants a damp crossbow.
How far does the campfire light reach out around those? Is that the green line or is that just the tree line?
That's the tree line, but the light itself, since these are pretty good lights, they reach into the tree lines. So like pretty much it's casting really cool shadows that you're really easily to hide in behind the trees, but it's bright enough to light up this entire clearing that they're in.
And no other coverage within the tree, within that ring that they're in?
Nope, it's almost like they picked a really good spot to camp out and be able to see anyone rushing into their camp.
I mean, if they're sleeping, we can't find out much, and I'm now incredibly bored with their existence.
I mean, your rogue sense tells you it's probably unlikely that they're not all three sleeping, because they'd be dead if they did that. Fire alone will protect you from the dangers in the dark.
Yeah, I'm assuming at least one of them's keeping watch somewhere.
You're like, it's totally a trap. As you keep looking at the tree lines, waiting to see where the sniper is, and you just can't pick it out because the three dancing fires are making so many, casting shadows.
Can I guess, could I maybe use insight to can I perceive if they look threatening or if
you can investigation.
Investigation?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're not really giving you anything to get insight off of, but you can totally do an investigation as you're like casing the place.
Am I still on advantage or just back to normal?
I'll give you advantage because you're taking your time and you're in a beautiful little hiding spot. You're just like in the crook between two branches of a tree. You are the knight. You're totally Batman scoping the place out. So when you look at this, you totally can see that, yes, this is a perfect kill zone. God bless you.
Bless you.
And you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, there is someone sleeping there snoring. And it seems legit. The other two sleeping bags, the sleeping bundles, you can't quite see if anyone's moving in there. But there's a tickle on the back of your neck that you still think that this is a trap, or you wouldn't set up your camp like this and have no one on watch. It's pretty much what you're getting out of it. But it doesn't seem to have anything out of sorts. I mean, when you look, they seem to have like typical traveler attire. They've got their socks and boots hanging up, to get dry overnight. They look like your typical adventure type party. They don't look like any kingdom's people, anything like that. It looks like just a bunch of folks out in the woods, kind of like you guys, probably doing a thing,
Not necessarily a trap.
Just trying to.
I think it's slavers.
It's a trap.
Remember, you are still in the civilized part of the continent. I mean, they could totally just be hunters out getting some food for the weekend, or they could be adventurers out doing some adventure-y stuff.
They also could be going to a druid circle too, because we're close to it.
Do any of them look like a druid? I feel like that would be easy to like.
Unfortunately, with his 11, he couldn't quite make any of that out.
Can I? Do I attempt to go closer, or do I go back to the party and report? I'm gonna. Everyone else is close enough they can see me, correct?
If
you disappeared from our sight.
If you yelled loudly or you walked into this clearing, you could totally signal them, yeah. I mean, sadly, as a rogue, as soon as you walk into this clearing with these fires, you have no cover.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly walk out, but I'm gonna be like white flag it, like hands in the air.
Okay, so you obviously, hands off weapons. You kind of like pull a hanky out.
Good evening. I'm hoping you might be able to help me out.
And as soon as you step out into the clearing and you start saying that, you hear, and clearly, right? So where are you coming out of the clearing? Go ahead and you can mark on the map.
I'm gonna come over from this side towards the stove.
Okay, sorry, where were you? I didn't see the ping.
Here.
Okay, so clearly when you come out, you hear the... And now that they're, of course, revealing themselves, you look over here, as I will totally give Kip a red box. As you come out, you hear this whistle that obviously is not a bird, and you look right over in the tree and you see cleverly sat on a tree branch, probably like a good, 15 feet up on what would be a great deer blind, or possibly shooting anyone that walks into the clearing, Either or. You realize there's a young woman. She looks like maybe 20, maybe human, and she's got her bow, and it's pulled back and pointed at you. She's obviously signaling, that she's not yelling at you, but she's signaling you that she has an arrow on you. And she kind of gestures for you to go towards the camp.
I'll just hold your fire. Keep it easy. I mean, you know how. I'm gonna walk towards the camp.
You're walking towards this sleeping bag, kind of rustles and wakes up. And this old lady, she looks, like 80 for a human. She's old. She kind of like, throws her bag off, and you hear that morning cough come from her chest as she kind of like looks over, and she's like, come, sit by the fire. And she kind of like, she's wearing just like the bare minimum of a chemise type of nightie type of thing. And she kind of immediately pulls out at the feet of her bedroll. She had, it looks like a teapot, probably there to keep her cold feet warm because she's an old lady. And she kind of, starts hobbling towards you like a quarter of the speed you're moving as you're like, I am drawing no weapons. And she kind of gestures to sit near the stove area. It's
she
good.
Gonna give you feet tea?
Yes, I was just thinking that. Feet tea. Yum, foot tea.
Ew, feet tea.
As she just gives you this grandmotherly look, and she's just like, it's good to see someone who's not a monster trying to kill us in our sleep. And she walks over to the snoring guy and literally like kicks the sleeping bag 3 times before the person who's snoring stops snoring and does this like wakey noise. And she comes and like pulls a little, lump of, something and kind of sits down gruffly and puts her teapot over the little tripod to warm up some on the coals. And she's like, and she just gives you the old hand of just come and sit. You look like a nice boy.
Tell him your druid needs healed.
What? Tell him what?
Your creepy druid whispers in your ear from nowhere.
Don't I have message or no?
Do you have the message spell? You totally have message spell, so do you want to cast it, and what do you want to say to him?
Tell him your druid needs healed.
Your druid's a jokester when it comes to her message spell.
You just kind of sleep it off. You're okay.
It's fine. She's fine.
It's fine.
I don't know. The second the old lady said, "I'm so glad you're not a monster," I immediately assumed they're all monsters.
Yes, 100%. I think they're gonna try to kidnap him and slave him out. I'm telling you. I don't like
it's like Galaxy Quest. They're gonna get mean and scary real quick.
So are you sitting down to have tea with the old lady?
Foot tea.
Foot tea is
the best tea.
Wow.
Candy.
Like a crusty callous tea.
As she kind of like gestures to, she has a little bag that she pulls off her side. It's got, some kind of, and she pulls out like dried meat out of it, and she offers if you'd like some.
She's been awfully She's been awfully friendly here.
She's just like, it's the traveler's code to help those you meet on the road, and we've been lost for 2 days. And she kind of looks around like, there's no road here.
Bullshit.
You've been lost out here. This is not a good place to be lost. I've run into all sorts of monsters on my way here.
And she just gives you this like sad yes agreeing face, and all of a sudden this sleeping bag, this large robust head guy pops up with sleepy head. He's like, grandmother, go back to sleep. You're going to summon a bear with your talk.
Twigsy, I think you have to become a bear for these people.
Summon a bear.
No, don't do it.
Can I like dance as a bear?
On a ball?
Limitations.
Enter World of Warcraft dancing bear emoji.
I'm gonna do the Michigan frog. What's his name?
Yep,
the can. He used to do the
WB frog.
Yeah.
And his name was something Michigan. That was legit. The can.
But as a bear.
But as soon as everyone's looking, it's just.
So Kip, you're sitting down with her and she pours you some, she has a little wooden cup and pours you some tea. She looks at you and then she's like, oh, and she kind of reaches into her neck and pulls out a necklace. And clearly in the bright clear light you see it's a silvery necklace, and she immediately kisses it to her lips. It's a holy symbol. You recognize the whole cool angelic symbol, and she kisses it and basically nods at you like, I forgot custom for a second there. And then she, do you mind? And she basically is asking if you want her to sip the tea first to show it's safe.
Oh, whatever your customs are, I'll oblige.
And she proceeds to take a nice hearty sip and refills the cup and hands it to you afterwards with the side she drank from on the opposite side of you. And she's just like, sit, tell us your story. Why are you out in the woods in the dark? Alone? She kind of like looks at the tree line kind of suspiciously, and you clearly see the gal kind of blows her stealth roll completely as she's kind of like sitting all haphazardly now looking off into the woods, making sure you guys can see her.
I'm gonna pick the cup up and kind of smell it.
Just smells like an herbal tea.
Herbal tea?
With an ode to toenail.
What? It keeps her sciatic cold feet warm at night.
And she's got the Church of Light holy symbol, you said, silver, she
Yep.
kissed before. Little prayer before she served it.
Well, she kissed it in a way that demonstrates to you, the whole superstition that when you meet a stranger, you touch something silver to prove you're not a werewolf.
Okay.
Kind of the traveler's code, but you're a city rogue, so it's cool that you're not big on that stuff. You know for a fact the Church of Light would massacre any werewolves that go within the city walls.
So I'll take a sip of the tea. And I wasn't alone. I got separated from my party. We were attacked by some fireball that seemed to affect everybody's minds.
Oh, you must have been traveling to the south. Yes. Sad news stories they have in these parts that you must have run into some will of the wisps. The ghost lights, as the church calls them. Generations ago, elves resided out in these woods, and they tell stories that when the church cleansed their pagan ways, the will-o-wisps are the resulting spirits that did not depart.
That
And she
does
kind of like
explain a few
leans
things.
forward and pats your leg in this like very grandmotherly way. And she's like, "Did you lose anyone special?"
More than I care to admit.
And she basically puts a hand on your shoulder, trying to reassure you that she's experienced loss. And I'm sorry. These are bad times. The only thing that I can be thankful for is that the Lords of Night have not gone this south in many, many generations. And
Yes.
And the filthy werewolves, and she kind of like does the church's cross basically, have not come into the woods. We only have to deal with the occasional monster. But I apologize. Continue.
Well, we were, seeing as you're a woman of faith, we were sent on an errand for the church. But I seem to have lost my way.
And she kind of pulls out an old map, and you can see the edges are worn where it's been folded and folded many, many times. And she kind of like puts the map down so you can clearly see it. And she's just like, where do you think you are?
Well, we were headed towards a ring. That's about all I know so far. I was not the navigator for our group.
Oh, the Druid's Ring? I remember stories of that. You don't want to go there. The
No?
church tells us that is a haunted and cursed place.
Oh, well, I was under the impression that we might be able to take advantage of the powers there.
Ah, those are wicked powers there. Only the elves and druids knew how to use those powers, and they jealously held on to their secrets instead of sharing them with the Church of Light.
Hmm.
That was, and she kind of like looks back, through the ages almost. She's like, that was stories that my great grandfather passed down to his children of the time when the elves and druids worked the land together.
I, thank you for your words of warning there. I appreciate your care. Um, but perhaps you could direct me towards them. I might be able to find my party members as I was separated from them, and that is the last known location that I know they were headed.
Well. First, you should stay with us. Do you have any blankets to stay by the fire?
I appreciate your hospitality, but I really must be going. I must be moving.
Are you sure? And she kind of puts the clammy old hand on top of yours, like, are you sure? Because
Clammy old hand.
she gives you this look that just conveys to you that she's genuinely concerned with your well-being.
Does she? Does she feel like she's being sincere?
Give me an insight check. See how I give you a chance to use that insight. You think she's the sweetest granny ever, and she's concerned about your well-being, and totally will, if you have a feeling that if you say you don't have a bedroll, she may offer to share hers with you.
Oh,
no.
Don't put it there, you sickos.
Yes, that's where
We
we
call
all
this
went.
the baby maker.
Yeah, she looks like an 80-year-old Betty White.
It's a double-sized bedroll.
It's
For
bigger
to
on the
share.
inside. So you get the feeling that everything seems on the up and up. I mean, the girl over here in the tree is keeping a watchful eye to make sure you're not hurting her, and she seems very, very sincere. I mean, the sleeping guy seems to be oblivious to you even being in the camp. It's
What
probably
about
his
bag number 3?
bag number 3. I mean, are you looking? Do you look at it?
Me? No, I'm way back.
Oh no, I'm talking to Kip.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take a glance around the camp now that I'm closer.
When you look at the bag number 3, you kind of think that there's probably a small child inside it. Now that you get closer, it's either a halfling or a small child curled up all in there, all bundled up.
Don't
Human
discriminate.
traffickers.
So pretty much you think that she's legit in her offer to you to stay at the camp. What is it you want to do?
I have to say that I have to bow out, guys.
Because I was actually going to just wrap us up since we went a little over.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm on Dopamax or Topamax right now, so I'm dying.
It's okay. We will wrap up as soon as Kip tells us what he's gonna do.
Okay.
I do.
Blow her a kiss and walk away.
She's getting her bedroll.
I was certainly hoping for some honeysuckle tea here, but I think
I fly up and I start because I heard him, right? You said it loud enough.
I wasn't trying to be quiet about it. I didn't.
Okay.
But I didn't shout.
Okay, so Jocelyn, give me a perception check since you're so far away with the horses.
I'm really trying to listen with all my might.
Okay, so I'll give you advantage. You just need a 12 or better to hear him say honeysuckle.
Okay, perception. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm on my spell page.
Okay, so as you're saying honeysuckle, what else are you saying to her?
Oh, fuck.
You have advantage. You are obviously listening.
I don't have any spell blankets, but I usually just sleep under the stars. I'm comfortable that way.
Okay, so you say honeysuckle.
Warm me up.
And I heard it, right?
You heard it. You natural 20. You definitely.
I'm up in the air, and I'm throwing down 3. I'm throwing down magic missile. 3 bolts, 1 on each of them. Boom, boom, boom. The ones around him. Boom, boom, boom. He said the word.
They're nice.
I don't know that. All I know is the guy I went off in there. I gave him a code word. He said the code word. I'm burning this place down.
Okay, immediately Jocelyn, like a demon in the night, flies straight up. The horses kind of whinny at her abrupt leaving. She goes flying in the distance, and then immediately starts to cast magic missile, and is throwing a magic missile at each of the sleeping bags.
Yes.
Okay. So just as you guys kind of sense, go ahead and roll your other 2 d4s, because remember it's 3 d4s.
Oh, sorry.
As immediately the demon in the night unfurls her wings over the camp with the glow of the night light hitting her wings, and she fires 3 magic missiles, 1 at the old lady serving you tea, which is obviously the 4.
Hold on, I'm going to spend a sorcery point. I'm going to bump it up because I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to re-roll 2 of those.
Okay.
2d4. Okay.
So hits the old lady for 4 points, and she's not dead, but it kind of hits her in the back, and she's screams out in pain and practically lands in your lap, spilling the tea, not on you, but just knocking the teapot over. And she falls in Kip's lap, looking at you, her and grabbing her back. The child in the sleeping bag gets hit for 3 points, and the sleeping behemoth next to you guys, dart goes flying in the bag, and you hear this harumph noise. And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
What a cliffhanger ending. God. This is like a 2-parter episode of a half-hour TV show. Boom, boom, boom.
I feel like again, this is Camp trying to either get me killed or get the party to kill me by yelling out honeysuckle for no reason.
And the rest of you heard him say honeysuckle.
Oh no.
Oh lordy.
Hey, you know what? In the other game I'm playing, I'm not a child murderer, so I can be a child murderer in this game. It's okay.
It's only 3 points. It should be okay.
Okay, but if we had to roll initiative,
5, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we had to roll initiative, then we're gonna make them all go to 0.
All right.
3 points. It's only 3 points on a child.
Yeah,
how many?
5.
All right, guys. I love you. Good night, guys. I'm gonna pass out now.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
See some of y'all
See you tomorrow. Those of you I'm gonna see tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, you not child killers in that game.
It says that children have 1d6 health.
Yes. I have to roll some hit points for my NPCs here.
They have an average of 3 hit points. You could have killed a child.
Especially since it's a young, sickly child.
What? Oh.
You will be having an interesting experience when you realize you killed Granny and God, I forgot what the young boy was on Beverly Hillbillies. And, the child of the chick with a bow in the tree who's going to shoot you any second.
So is the guy in the harumphy snorry guy, is he like Hodor?
No, he's not simple. It's just that he's the big guy who's been on watch for 3 days straight. So he took some tea and was sneaking it off.
I asked AJ why you yelled why honeysuckle out of that whole thing. Did you not think you were going to get to leave?
I think he just likes the world burn.
I honestly just wanted some honeysuckle tea.
As he looked over at her tea set and saw she had some honeysuckle tea waiting.
He forgot the safe word.
I mean, what's Kip's intelligence? This could happen.
Yeah.
Give us a minute roll.
I wanted the tea. I forgot that was the safe word.
I hope you're not serious, because like I feel like we need to read.
As slowly our good adventuring party is falling. It's okay. She's a cleric. She can heal them.
Oh, you know what? I have this really cool spell. And it's a cantrip, so I can use it a bazillion times if I want. And it is Spare the Dying.
It'll only take you 2 turns to run the 60 feet to get there.
That's okay, but look at how cool that is, guys.
That's all right. I'm gonna keep laying down fire on him because I don't know what's going on.
Wow. If anyone escapes this encounter, there'll be stories of the winged demon who takes flight at night and murders children in their sleep.
Or halflings. You said we didn't know for sure it was a child. Don't be ageist.
Could totally be a halfling.
Is it heightist?
I think it'd be speciest.
I was thinking more short, but yeah.
That's the plot of I Am Legend.
You know what? What if they turn out to be like children, like serial killers, all of them?
Like orphans?
That's what they. No, well, I haven't seen that. I was thinking like a Hansel and Gretel type thing, but sure.
Oh, well, I didn't actually watch the movie because the preview told me the entire plot of the movie.
Now, if you get a
she's
chance,
really a grown-ass woman who's like a murderer.
Which Hansel and Gretel are we talking about?
I'm talking about the movie Orphan.
Oh, okay. I've not seen that one.
Neither have I. I just know that from the preview.
Okay, so that's a good place to wrap it up there and watch Kip start some shit.
My brain went to the orphanage, like the Pan's Labyrinth trilogy.
Oh.
I still want to know, like, why? Why did you yell that out? Like, I want to know the reasoning.
I came to save you, and you damned me.
I told you the reason.
He was like, I'm
you
supposed
wanted
to say honeysuckle for something, and I forgot what for. I told you, he just wants to watch the world burn.
I went in with the word honeysuckle stuck in my head, and I got there, she made me tea, and I'm like, oh, honeysuckle tea sounds good.
Oh my god, I'm going to have to find someone smarter.
There's nothing worse than when you forget your safe word and you just say random shit to hopefully hit the right word.
No.
Isn't there a thousand way to die about that?
Yes.
This is the opposite because he forgot the safe word and used it when he didn't need to.
I think that's worse. It's like safe word and it's like everything stops. You're like, wait, why are you stopping?
You said the word.
I said the safe word. That means it's safe, right?
Is that your daughter going in the background? Like that keeps walking past?
That was, yes.
Holy crap, she's like almost an adult human.
Yeah, she's 14.
Oh, poor daddy. There's a reason why there's a gun slung over your chair.
Dude, my kid's gonna be. Oh, hi! You decided to join us finally.
Hey.
I was on my phone
for half a second.
Oh wait, I don't know up here.
You jumped on just long enough to tease us and go away.
No. Well, I'm on my phone because I have to replace the sound cards in my computer. So.
Oh no.
Yay.
I still have to take my desktop in to get work done. Honeysuckle tea.
Next time we're just going to go with the word help.
Help.
Probably thought that safe word meant that it's safe and you got to come out.
This is like the 1, 2, 3 countdown. You have to decide the stuff in advance. Are you going on 1 or after 1?
The rock, paper, scissors debate.
I don't feel like my wisdom or my intelligence is that high, but like I feel like I'm killing it compared to Kip.
You feel that Kip just sets you up.
He probably did.
My intelligence
I'm gonna stab you in your sleep, dude.
What, 11?
11.
He just turned you into a murderess.
I'm pretty average intelligence.
Okay.
My intelligence
I'm
is 14, but my wisdom is 10.
I'm a 13 intelligence.
Remember, his job is to be sneaky.
And my wisdom is a 15. Oh, wow.
Look.
You got the brains, girl.
Apparently. Maybe I should learn how to use them.
Kip is just nimble and cute, and he talks his way through life, okay?
Man.
Except when he doesn't, he calls for the safe word to rain down fire.
I thought I just saw a couple of nuggets there on your desk.
What is that?
Oh, no, they're box corners.
I thought it was a bag of weed.
So apparently Kip is needing something right now.
No, they're like, for crafting.
Gotcha.
Right.
No,
Crafting.
I get random drug tests at work because I work for the police department. So yeah.
And Brittany does
What do you
amazing
do for the
crafting, by the way.
Huh?
What do you do for the police?
I do like statistical analysis that gets reported to